So you sing out of excitement. Some people sing it out of malice, actually.
Ooh, that reminds me of one song I was singing. Well, we'll talk about that later. Let's relive the moment. Do you remember how we used to sing in the bathroom? And I don't even know what informed it. Like, I'm using the word used to, but I know that other people still do it today, and sometimes I still do it. Like, it looks like it's even passed from generation to generation, because I had my son singing in the bathroom some days ago, and I was like, my God, so this thing still exists.
It exists. We all do it. I did it. In fact, I still do it. Sometimes we do it when we are excited. Sometimes we are doing at a bachelor. You could be doing it when you have a new date. You know. So you sing out of excitement. Some people sing it out of malice, actually.
Ooh, that reminds me of one song I was singing. Well, we'll talk about that later. Welcome. This is Let It Be podcast with Susan Ozono.
And I'm Lysias and Susan. Welcome.
Yes, this is your number one peaceful platform. How it happens, you can't tell. But when you're on this channel and you're watching Let It Be podcast or listening to us, there's just something peaceful that just comes on you. And we're all about those things that you cannot explain, but you just feel it, you see it, you experience it. That is what it is about.
Yes, on Let It Be, we like to bring to you informations and also real life experiences. Some things that you've not really taken time to look at, but it does exist and also is a part of your life.
So amazingly, we're going to be talking, it's a mixture and a blend of interviews and questions, but bottom line is that question that you had on your mind, or that thing that you noticed that you felt other people did not notice, it's time for us to let you know indeed there's something unique about all of us, and indeed we bleed red. We are all unique and connected in one way or the other.
Yes, life has its own intricacies. Life is not static as people would think it is. We are evolving, things are changing. There's always, you need to understand that what is has been and what is going to be has already been. There is nothing new. So we try to bring to you those things that we have been dodging it for a while, not looking at it critically. So sometimes we'll just sit back and just have fun.
Have fun. All right. So we're talking about something before the introduction, and it is actually called bathroom singers.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking a lot about companionship, but I wanted us to start with this thing about that, because when I talked about companionship, I now thought of the fact that it's not just an intimate relationship or something intimate. It could just be that it's something that we have in common. It's something that we share as a people. So you mentioned something when we started. You say it could also be a song that you sing when you want to really cause trouble or look for someone's trouble. And it reminded me of a song that I used to sing, and I sang it like, in this world you will reap what you sow. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. And somehow, anytime I'm singing that song, the truth is that it's when I'm angry and someone has made me angry. And there's just something about bathroom singers. Amazingly, it's something that exists.
It does exist.
It's a description of a particular people, a particular way of singing, and it's when I went to search it out, I realized that it's something that is like accepted. If it's described, it's accepted. It's, on Wikipedia. So let me just know, how was it like for you when you had to sing in the bathroom?
Is, like I said, singing in the bathroom. There are so many versions of it. One version is you sing when you are excited. Another version is you sing when you are going for, that's your favorite either sports or favorite event, or you're singing it because, just like you said, someone annoyed you and you can't talk back at these people. So the best place you can rant and scream as it were, is in the bathroom. And sometimes people use songs, like the song she just sang now. I think that's your own original version of that song. But you see, that's what happens. That's what happens. But we should not overlook the fact that you could also do your rehearsals even in the bathroom.
Yes.
Where there seems to be no distractions. It's just you pretending that you are behind the microphone with the stage in front of you. It's all shades.
Yeah, I read that there's this feeling of being free that encourages people to sing in the bathroom. I also read that because there's something about the bathroom walls that it sounds like it is padded, and then the echo.
Yeah.
So there's just a blend of this experience that make people really sing in the bathroom. And the amazing thing that I read, that one thing that really made me smile was the fact that it doesn't even need to have a rhythm.
No.
Some people are just confined to this reading key thing, and other people just want to sing. So that's just the amazing thing about bathroom singing. And while we're talking about this, that some people have carved a niche for themselves, and started off by singing in the bathroom. It has become like something like a magic coin for other people, where they go do it and it just works and they get inspiration. And I was talking about this because, as common as it may sound, or as trivial as it may sound, is something that people do and people have in common until date. But what makes me laugh the more, Lysias, is when people, in the bathroom, everybody is a mega star. The water, they are your cheerleader, the echo, they are your backup singer. You just have a good choir there, and then you take it out of that place and then you go to a real competition, and you are wondering why the water is no longer clapping for you. Have you had that kind of experience?
Yes, you see, the bathroom itself is more like your safe zone.
Yeah.
Where you can scream, you can go off key. No one is there to criticize you. No one is there to frown at you. When you go off key. You see, it happens. Even for me, the bathroom is where I try to be myself.
Okay.
I just try to enjoy the sound of my voice while I'm singing. The funny thing is that in that mood, it may not be palatable to someone that is listening outside, but I don't care. I don't care. As long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing, as long as I'm enjoying maybe singing one of my popular artists, just singing their songs, getting it mixed up, it just doesn't. All that matters is at that point you are happy, you are excited.
You're happy, you're excited. That is what matters. All right, so let's go deep into why we are here and what we want to talk about, which is companionship. Let's look deep at this thing called companionship, and I want to really state here that it's not about intimacy. It's having someone there, a go-to person, in your own word, a go-to person. Do you think presently, and I'm using the word presently because I want you to hear your own opinion, and that is what Let It Be podcast is about. We want to also hear your own opinion about it. Presently, do you have that go-to person? Do you think that is it what it used to be like before, where you could just call on your friend, you could go visit? Do you think that this whole thing, having someone there, is not as closely knit as it used to be before? Or do you think that it is, in fact, has gotten better, with the advent of technology, social media, and people also trying to the hustle and bustle of everything? I want to know your own opinion.
Yes, for me, I have a go-to person. All right, I have a go-to person, but we are not in the same town. We don't reside in the same town, but he's always a call away. Yes, he's always a call away. He's always a chat away. He's always a text away. And somehow we are so connected that somehow he feels when I'm down. I don't know how that happens, but he feels. I think we have that connection. He feels when I'm down, and sometimes just sends a text message, "Guy, how are you doing? You okay?" And then I can actually unburden myself. Let him know this is that. This is what I'm going through presently. Even with the advent of phones and the rest that you can be on Facebook, just surfing the internet, and literally forgetting about your troubles. You get, but for me, it's not a distraction.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it's not.
And I'm looking at how, you used to have friends there and people to run to even in the past, and presently it's still the same for you. Has it
Yes.
gotten better? I mean, there should be some kind
Not
of change.
there's
Did
a
it get
change.
better?
There's a change because growing up, you could always like go down the street, turn the corner, and you are at their place. You see, but now we've all grown up. Basically, all of us don't stay in the same town. We're all in Nigeria, but we don't stay in the same town. So that aspect of just turning the corner and dropping in their place is no longer there. But matured as we are, we also have to understand that these people are working, and we can't just call them up at every point in time. We have to either text them, let them know that look, we need to talk about something, and then we create time for it. But for those that we are within the same town, we make it a point of duty over the weekends when we are less busy. We try to create time towards that weekend. Life has evolved. It's not like when you are growing up where all your needs are being taken care of by your parents. You basically have nothing you're working for. So you always have that time in between closing from school to go and play around and hang around. But growing up, that had to be limited because we all had to work, we all had to hustle, as you said. Yes.
Well, for me, it's always very, very different. I feel that it's not like before, because I'm a little bit sensitive. I say that because I've had people say that, oh, you're very sensitive. But the thing is, before now, we used to have friends that just want to be there, just come check you up, just, want to know how you're doing, and also call and text. Oh, but the phones are still there, but the friends are not there, in the sense that they barely come. Conversation started off with, how are you doing? What's going on? How maybe you have kids, how are your kids doing, and all, how is your husband doing? And it started going to, okay, so what are you up to right now? Yeah, we saw the conversations change at some particular point in my life, and then the conversation got to, okay, and the call is, okay, I'm actually working on this thing, I don't know if you can be part of it. And that's made some friends to just leave because, yeah, you don't want to be part of that hustle scheme, that this, that. So the conversations just kept on changing as we kept on growing, and friends face challenges. So I'm here to say it's different now, because everybody's about something, and this thing I think it's just stages of life. Everybody's about something, and very few people can really manage the fact that, okay, I can still make out time and still have friends and just chill. But the truth is, I beg to differ. For me, friends is, okay, at this moment, what do we have in common?
Yes, of course.
Not the fact
There has to be something in
that
common.
we have known you for a while. Oh yes, we feel your absence when you're not there. I've not felt that. I've not felt that personally. So I feel that, yeah, all this and all that has really, really not helped in me building the right relationships.
I think you have to look into it. The reason why I say look into it is, like for guys, you could have like interest now, maybe watching football. You have your own favorite teams. Maturity brings you to the point where among 10 friends, you all could be fans of the same club side, but you also can be fans of different club sides. You understand? But generally speaking, you have football as the central focus.
Okay.
So sometimes you create time, you go out together just to watch football. Doesn't mean that you can't watch football at home, but just for that, that social network. Yes, let me use that word. That social network. You see, for some ladies, sometimes I think it's just either going window shopping. I don't know what ladies do, but that is what we guys are all about, going out to go and watch football together, or maybe watching football in a friend's place. That's just it. So that connection is still there. So that interest, something that connects us, is still there.
Okay. Well, ladies do a lot of things.
So that's the point
yes,
of
we
interest
do a lot of things, but I must tell you, I don't know if it's the pressure, but we are always about working out something, and it really takes our time, being mothers and everything. I must accept that yes, it could be a lot, but I still want to celebrate one or two people that still go out of their way. So we're looking at companionship not just on, on our
intimate level.
yeah, not on an intimate level, and not just for ourselves. We want to know what your opinion is. Do you think that it's as it used to be, where you just have some childhood friends and you just go and just be yourself, that place where you be yourself, you're not judged, you're not criticized? If you still enjoy that, we want to know, because I tell you, you're blessed. Some people don't have that group at all. Like, they need to hide. Yes, and this is bringing me to another aspect of companionship, where if you find yourself at a place where you cannot just find those people you can unburden, you can talk about, and all of a sudden you're being withdrawn, because you must have something on the table for some groups. You must have something on the table to be part of such groups. I just want to celebrate our church community. It has really given some people that wouldn't have had anywhere to go to an opportunity to belong somewhere without really being criticized, as the word, the word criticism. So yes, thank God for church communities. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but you could try that out. That what we're trying to say is there's always an opportunity, and peradventure you've not even found that companion at this point in time. Lysias, I believe that there's always someone for you. There's always someone for you. When you focus on that thing that you are about, when you focus on that goal, you will definitely meet people that are also on that journey with you, and somehow you just bond. So that's another way I've realized that our modern world, give us opportunity to have companions. When you have something in common, it's not always bad to have something in common. It's just that find those people that still can, aside wanting what you have to bring to the table, they still care. There are still people out there like that, and there are still groups out there like that. You cannot rule out the fact that whatever you give is what you receive. So even if you find yourself with a group of people that it looks like you're not fitting in because you're giving your all, you just know that someday these things come back. Because I've seen some people get angry. I call, I text, and I do all that. The people that I have around me are not nice. And I'm just telling you the principle that works for me. I know that I'm just going to find those group of people that are, want you to be free. I will find them someday. I told you there's so many vices involved. The work you're doing, your goal, your ambition, what maybe the works of your hand, something. It's going to bring the right people. There's always the right people when you are the right person. There's something that we mentioned in the course of talking about this companionship, and the fact that some people become withdrawn, especially when they are feeling judged. They feel like they don't fit in, and we can see a lot of stories about, even in church, we see a lot of prayers against that place, people in that place of isolation, that place of you're just lonely, and it has really turned out to be a place that has brought depression. It's something that is on the increase. I don't know if you have anything to say, if you have been at a place where you felt withdrawn. I know you said you have a go-to person, but we can't rule out the fact that you have had days where it looks like there was nobody there. You felt it, How did you come out of it? Because I just feel that somebody should learn. How did you come out of it? Was there something you followed? Was there something you read? How did you get by?
Well, how I got by was I told myself that this person is not intentionally ignoring me.
Okay.
That it could be that this person is so overwhelmed at work, so busy that he could not reach out. Okay, so what I did at that particular time was I love watching cartoons, So I tuned into watching cartoon. I was watching, I think it was Lion King, because it wasn't too personal to me, so I could just allow it absorb me. So within that time I was able to just go through it, and then after that he reached out and we were able to speak.
Yeah, amazing. But we can't rule out the fact that there are people that really don't have anybody there.
Yeah.
No, they really don't have anybody there, and that's an amazing side of science and technology, where at least you could get on your phone and just check something out, and you just said you watched the movie, and you could just watch something and get by. But all we're saying is, you be that person that you want to meet. It's my prayer that those that are actually at that place of loneliness will just find a way and get out of that place, and we won't have to lose anybody in that place of depression, and they will just find the joy that was once there. That's our prayer. And lastly, I wanted us to talk about emotional attachment, which also is another issue that has to do with companionship. Some people had, someone that they really trusted and they believed in, and that person is no more, and just to adjust and leave. I want you to react on this on both sides. Okay, that's people inability to move on, and then there are some elderly people too that maybe family is no longer there. The children are all grown up, they are busy, and they are feeling somehow left alone. I don't know if you have some words for that.
Yeah, it's not always easy to be at that place.
Yeah.
You said, where you had a lot of people around you. Possibly you had some people around you who truly cared, and they had to, move on with their lives. Not that they don't care anymore, but distance has now become a barrier and all of that. You see, the best thing to do is to find something to engage yourself in.
Okay.
But when you're talking about elderly people now, they've lived their lives. The strength is no more there. So when you're talking about getting something to engage in, the strength is not there for them to even go for their most prized farming activities. They can hardly, and their clique. What I mean by their clique is the people in their age range, their friends. Some of them have all passed away, living long, and that coming to that point where you really, really feel lonely. The best thing you can do for yourself is to try and, move around. If you can move around and engage in, small community talks, just be available. Don't let yourself be in that place where you are lonely and resigning to fate.
Resigning to fate.
Yes.
I think another way of coping with emotion is to be real. Nobody lives forever.
No,
nobody's going to be around you forever. As painful as it is, I remember when I was grieving, somebody told me that. I was like, how can you be this harsh on me at this time? But guess what? That brought me strength, and I'm still moving with that strength. So people will come and people will go, but as long as you're here, you have a role to play. I'm always saying there's no empty burial. Well, what am I trying to say? Burial service. There are people that they may not show it, but they know you're there. And they love you. They may not be there to, express it, but do know ye today that there are people that love you. You're part of a community. You're a neighbor to somebody. Just look within and look around. You will see love everywhere. So you don't get to worry about who is not there or who is there. And I'm praying because I believe in prayers that you will not feel lonely. There will always be someone there, both within and outside.
Yes, there has to be someone there. And if there's no one else, find somebody.
Find somebody or watch a podcast like ours that will remind you that you're beautiful, you're the best version of yourself, you're not a photocopy, you're here for a reason, and you're the best companion we can ever have. And that's why we ask you to subscribe, share, comment, and then you just click that notification bell so that every time we drop a video, you will be the first to watch. I mean, where else would you rather spend your time than on a podcast like this?
So share your comments. Let's know what you're going through, know what you're doing, and also how you're overcoming the challenges of life and living as it were.
Yes, let's know how you're being a good companion to someone, because what you give that you receive.
Yes.
All right, this is all we have for you today. Don't forget to drop your comment, just as we said. It has been Let It Be podcast, and I'm Susan Uzono once more.
And I remain Lysias and Susan.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.